I never imagined betrayal would come from the two people I held closest. If you'd told me years ago that my wife and my own brother would be the ones to destroy everything I built, I would have laughed. But the cruel reality is this: the sharpest wounds rarely come from strangers. They come from the people you trust most, the ones you invite into your home, the ones you'd give anything to protect. And that's exactly how my life unraveled. It began long before I ever noticed. Looking back now, I see the small signs, the subtle warnings I dismissed because I believed in loyalty, in family, in love. My wife Claire would say my brother's name with just a little too much warmth, her voice carrying a sweetness that felt off. And Daniel, my brother, always hovered too long near her, laughing harder at her jokes, volunteering for things that didn't need him. Still, I told myself I was imagining it. I convinced myself, no, that's just family. They're close because we're close. But slowly, the cracks widened. At dinners, I'd catch her sneaking glances at him, and I'd see him smile in a way no brother should at his sister-in-law. Yet I swallowed it, because admitting it meant shattering the very core of my life. I loved them both. They were my world. One night, I came home earlier than expected. I wasn't supposed to be there. I'd told them I'd be working late. But something inside me was unsettled, pushing me back home. I walked in, expecting to see Claire cooking or maybe scrolling on her phone. Instead, I was met with silence. Heavy silence. The kind that makes your skin crawl. Called her name. No reply. The kitchen was empty. The living room too. Then I noticed something wrong. My brother's jacket was draped over the chair, his shoes placed on the mat. My stomach knotted. I walked down the hall, my heartbeat thundering louder with every step. Then, faintly, whispers. Laughter. Not the innocent kind. My hand shook as I reached for the bedroom door, and when I pushed it open, my world split in two. There they were. My wife, the woman who swore to love me, and my brother, the man I grew up defending, tangled together. They froze. Their eyes filled with guilt they couldn't disguise. Claire scrambled to cover herself, mumbling excuses. Daniel just sat there, looking trapped. But no words were needed. The truth was right in front of me. The flood of emotions, rage, grief, disbelief, hit all at once. My chest felt crushed, my mind racing with thoughts I couldn't hold. I wanted to yell, to strike him, to demand reasons, but all I could do was stand and stare at the two people who had destroyed everything I thought was real. Claire broke the silence first, whispering my name, pleading for me to listen. Listen to what? That her vows were empty, that my brother, my own blood, had crept behind my back. Daniel tried to excuse it, saying it just happened, that it didn't mean anything. But how do you stumble into betrayal? How do you accidentally ruin a marriage? I walked out. I couldn't breathe, couldn't bear the sight of them together. Slammed the door so hard it shook the walls. My legs wobbled, my hands trembling as I grabbed my keys and left. That drive was a blur. I don't remember the roads, only the pounding in my chest and the tears I refused to release. The days after were torment. Calls, messages, each one dripping with excuses and pleas for a second chance. My brother even showed up at my door, begging me not to cut him off, saying it was a mistake, saying family should forgive. But how do you forgive the unforgivable? I thought about the years I gave Claire, the loyalty I showed Daniel, the countless birthdays, holidays, memories that now felt corrupted. Every laugh, every embrace, all tainted by the truth that had been festering right under my nose. People think heartbreak is just sorrow, but it's more. It's the humiliation of realizing you were the last one to see your own reality. It's knowing the people you trusted most wore masks in front of you. And worse, they weren't even sorry for betraying me, only sorry for getting caught. I saw it in their eyes, in their excuses, always blaming the situation instead of owning their choices. That's when I knew forgiveness wasn't possible. Not this time. I cut them both off. Claire packed up and left. And Daniel, he didn't just lose a brother that day. He lost my trust, my respect, every bond we ever had. There was no fixing it. Some wounds never heal, and this was one of them. Months have passed, and I still replay that night. Walking into that room, seeing them, it's burned into me forever. But time has taught me something. Sometimes betrayal is the harshest teacher, but it shows you who deserves a place in your life. Sometimes losing people isn't a loss. It's removing the poison that's been killing you slowly. If you learn anything from me, let it be this: trust your gut. Don't dismiss the signs. Don't ignore the flags, because the truth always surfaces, and when it does, it can destroy everything in a single moment, just like it did for me when I opened that door and found my wife with my brother.